Good evening, all New Jersey students, parents, counselors. We hope you're all here to listen to some really good information from Goldey-Beacom. If you need to ask questions while you're hearing the presentation, please use your Q&A button. The presenters will not be able to see you or hear you as your camera and microphone are off. You can go to NJACAC.org/virtual fair at the end of this presentation to sign up for more sessions on Thursday and Friday. And in addition, on that same page, you can find recordings that have already been made and that will be made by the end of the week, so that you can look at as many colleges and universities as you like. Now I'm going to turn you over to the crew from Goldey-Beacom.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining Goldey-Beacom College tonight. We're going to just show you a couple things that GBC has to offer. So first, I want to kind of go over our location. We are located in Wilmington, Delaware. We're about an hour from Philadelphia, a little over an hour from Baltimore. New York City, about 2.5 hours. So first, I want you to meet your admissions rep, which is me. My name is Valerie Orth. I work with all students throughout New Jersey and New York. I'm also from New Jersey, and as you can see, I was a student athlete here at GBC. Here's my contact information. If you do have any questions, please take my information down. I will be your main point of contact through your whole admissions process. So here's just some fun facts about GBC. So our student to faculty ratio is about 20-to-1. We have 25 degree options, 41 including our graduate degrees. About 54% of our freshmen live on campus. And yes, freshmen can have their car on campus for free. There's no additional charge. And the 3-day weekend, every single weekend, Fridays, we do not have classes. It is the best feeling ever. So here's just a list of all of our majors. I won't name every single one. But we have business administration, all different areas. We have psychology, human services, a new degree for us, and communication and media. And then starting for fall 2021, we have cut our tuition in half. So you can see our tuition for 2021 will be $12,750. And on this screen, you can see our scholarship grid. So you match up your GPA with your ACT or ACT scores. You kind of find yourself in the grid, and then you would subtract that number from the $12,750, and that's how much your tuition would be before any financial aid. As far as the admissions process, we do have a free application. You can apply right on our website at gbc.edu. The only thing that we ask from you, we need your high school transcripts, and then we need either SAT or ACT scores, and then you just complete your FAFSA, and then I will be contacting you with any further information that I will need. Next, I'm going to hand it off to Andy Scheer. He is our men and women's cross country and track and field coach.
Thank you, Val. Thank you all for tuning in this evening. It's a nice opportunity for us to spend a little bit of time with you talking a little bit about Goldey-Beacom College. I've been coaching at Goldey-Beacom for about 4.5 years now. I came on as the cross-country coach, and just recently we added track and field as a fully sponsored NCAA sport. I'm going to talk a little bit about NCAA athletics before I talk about athletics at Goldey-Beacom College. Goldey-Beacom is a Division II athletic institution, which means we are able to offer athletic scholarships to athletes, and we are pretty generous with a lot of those dollars. Being a non-Division I program allows us a little bit more flexibility in things, and I'll talk a little bit about what it is like to be an athlete, a student athlete at Goldey-Beacom in a little bit. But some of the things that you need to know if you have interest in athletics at the collegiate level, Division I, Division II, there are some eligibility requirements that you need to be keeping in mind. The NCAA requires a 2.2 GPA in order to be a competitor your first year. They also require an SAT score of 920 in order to be a first-year competitor. So these are not Goldey-Beacom standards. These are set by the NCAA and the NCAA Eligibility Center. If you need assistance with that, I'm sure your guidance counselor or your sport coach at your high school will be able to help you out with getting registered in the Eligibility Center, which will make you eligible to be a Division I or Division II athlete. And it is required for you to participate and to receive athletic aid. So those are some things to keep in mind as you're looking to be a collegiate athlete. Now, what's it like to be a collegiate athlete at Goldey-Beacom College? We have 13 NCAA sponsored sports. Unfortunately, football is not one of them for now. I've offered to be the offensive and defensive line coach, but I weigh about 130 pounds wet, so I don't think they're going to allow me to do that. But we have some exceptionally good athletic programs at Goldey-Beacom College. Men's and women's soccer, men's and women's basketball. Our women's tennis team has been regionally ranked several times in the last few years. Our men's golf team was regionally ranked this past year. Men's and women's soccer have both gone to NCAA division bids. We have a number of NCAA regional competitions, all Americans, all academic Americans. So we have the opportunity to not only provide you with a good experience as an athlete, but as Goldey-Beacom likes to say, we like to achieve a little greater. And so both students and athletes alike can excel at that. So there are 13 varsity sports, 7 women and 6 men at Goldey-Beacom College. So what do you expect as an athlete? A collegiate athlete has probably the number one skill you will learn as a collegiate athlete is time management skills. So I'm going to give you an idea of what it might be in the life of a Division II athlete at Goldey-Beacom College. And since I coach cross country and track, we'll talk a little bit about those sports, but it's not dissimilar from the other programs you'd find at Goldey-Beacom. Our day starts at 6 o'clock in the morning with morning lift for track and field, and for cross country, we start practices at 6:30 in the morning, which means we're ready to go out and run, hit the roads, hit the trails, and get our workouts in. They'll come back after that, stretch, hit the training room, take care of any ouchies and boo-boos, as I like to call them, get breakfast, get showers, and then get to classes. We're allowed to practice up to 20 hours per week, and you'll find that most programs are sometimes up as early as 5 a.m. I know the women's volleyball team and the men's basketball team can easily be in the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning getting ready for practices in their lifts as well. And so those are things you need to keep in mind. Time management's really going to matter to you as a college athlete. So you'll hit practice 20 hours a week. We have competitions. I know the women's softball team has traveled as far away as South Carolina. The men's cross country team has hit the road to upstate New York. So we will travel, but for the most part, our conference, the CACC, which is the Central Atlantic Collegiate Conference, is based from as far south as Goldey-Beacom to as far north as Post up in Connecticut. There are 14 teams in the conference, so most of your conference competitions would occur within that range. We have one of the largest footprints when it comes to conferences, but in terms of travel time, you're rarely in a bus for more than 3.5 hours one way. And you'll also find that more times than not, you'll have people with books and computers open as they study, because it is student athlete, not just athlete student. Competitions, we travel all over. The Division II programs allow for some very good competition. Don't let anybody tell you that Division I is the way to go, because I will quite honestly tell you that the experience you receive at a Division II college, the athletic competition is at high a level, as if not more so, and the academic level is as well. Some stats about academics as I talk about our athletic program. This past spring, our entire athletic program had a GPA of 3.24. There were 205 student athletes on campus, so they collectively had a 3.24 GPA. Our 4-year graduation rate is 60%, which compares to a national average of 50%. And most recently, our academic success rate is 86%, which is our retention rate, compared to a 73% national retention rate. So Goldey-Beacom does really excel both on the field as well in the classroom. And so that's something we talk about balance. We talk about time management. Those are some things that you can kind of keep in mind as you're looking at colleges. How do you stack up? How do those programs stack up in terms of academics and allowing you that full experience? Some things that you also need to know about the experience at Goldey-Beacom as an athlete: 33% of our student body athletics people are international students. One thing Goldey-Beacom doesn't offer is an international study abroad program, but instead we bring the student athletes from overseas to you. that gives you an experience that you might not find at other colleges. On my track and field programs, I actually just recruited and have signed a German exchange student who will be coming over this January and be joining our men's track and field team. We have student athletes from as far away as South Africa. We have student athletes from Europe, from South America. The international opportunities for bonding and learning about other cultures is tremendous. So it's something to think about as you're looking at some of those experiences you're wanting to find at the college level. Career services, opportunities to excel and expand. And you're going to learn more about career services this evening. But the student athletes spend an awful lot of time working, as we talk about time management, working on making sure that they're not only having a good field experience or not only having a good classroom experience, but they're having a good, well-rounded experience. So student athletes have those opportunities that they may or may not, the regular student body has the same opportunity, but they may not take advantage of it nearly as much as our student athletes have done. Leadership opportunities through our Leadership Academy, opportunities to grow, opportunities to build your resume, and opportunities to have that career path that you're looking for. So I'm excited about collegiate athletics at Goldey-Beacom College. I'm excited to be a part of it. Quite frankly, if I were offered a job anywhere else, I'm not sure I'd take it because I enjoy the environment. I enjoy the fact that I get to know my student athletes. They get to know me and they get to have that experience that really helps mold just not the 4 years that you're going to be in college, but the 40 or so years after that as well. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate the opportunity. Again, if there are questions and things, we'll do our best to answer them at the end of the session. And if anybody's interested in reaching out to me, check with Valerie and she'd be more than happy to pass along my information directly to you, whether it has to do with cross country and track and field, or it has to do with any other collegiate athletic opportunities at Goldey-Beacom College. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jocelyn Moses, Director of Residence and Student Life here at Goldey-Beacom College. Thank you so much for taking the time to visit with us today. We're super excited to have you. So this picture here on the slide is our newly built and renovated Jones Center space, which is our student center, an opportunity for all of our students to engage, have a great time. Our commuter students will have the opportunity to hang out here, meet new friends, have club meetings, and really just be a part of the GBC community. Above, you'll see our newly built dining hall facility. We are super excited to have this addition here on campus. We offer tons of options, or we will be offering tons of options for the fall. Our all you care to eat meal plan option, where you can have the opportunity to eat as much as you like without having a care in the world in our facility, our dining hall facility. We also have an amazing new Lightning Market Cafe, our very own Wawa. And so you'll have an opportunity to order your food takeout. We have a brick oven pizza station as well, and our barista made coffee, which will be Starbucks, and we're super excited about that. And of course, tons of grab and go options. With that being said, we also, at your convenience, have a GBC mobile opportunity so that you can pick out your food online through your phone in the convenience of your room, in a classroom, in your car, and then come out and pick it up. So we're excited for the opportunity for our students as well. So as you can see, this is a beautiful area view of our campus. I would like to point out the most important buildings in my area are our residence halls. As a director of residence life, we have currently 5 beautiful residence hall facilities, each different in their own right. We have Miller Hall and Jackson Hall and Abel Hall, which are primarily upperclassmen buildings that feature full-size living apartment spaces, full kitchens, full dining rooms, full living room spaces. All of our students have the opportunity to be in double spaces with another person. So in total, in an apartment space, there are 4 other residents that you'll be sharing a space with. How exciting. So upperclassmen have the opportunity to have that. And Leach and Frontal Hall, Leach is our current existing building, which houses about 150 50 resident students. Inside of Leach, as you can see with the photos above, they also have a very apartment style feel. So it's a little bit non-traditional, but it does give you an opportunity to learn life skills about how to cook, learn how to get along with other folks inside of your living space. You have your own shared bathroom space with a shower and a tub. And it's really a great opportunity to build relationships. Also within the residence halls, not particularly just in Leach, but all of them, we have our resident assistants who are current students who will serve as peers to support you and really help you along the way here at Goldey-Beacom while you're living in the residence halls. With that, we have our brand new facility, Frontal Hall, which we are excited to have as a brand new addition here on campus. Frontal Hall houses about 152 residents. Downstairs in our lower lounge area houses our security office, which is great because as soon as you walk into the building, if you have any issues, concerns, security, our campus security is there to assist you. We also have a great meeting space in this building as well. So for commuter students who would like to experience a little bit about residential living, we're so happy to have you and welcome you to come inside of the residence halls to engage and commune with other residents. We have 4 other additional living space floors. Each of them has a full lounge, which you can see the beautiful town of Pike Creek, as well as see on the upper floor a great view of Hockessin, and it's a great opportunity for our students who are living in that building to really see the beautiful views of Delaware. Also, with that being said, on each floor we have communal space bathrooms, which are all locked. So one person could be in the space at a time, and then we have single sex floors alternating each floor. In this building as well, we also have a professional staff member as well as our resident assistants who are on the floors as well. We really try our best to make sure that we engage our students the best that we can. So there is tons of programming, tons of exciting things that are happening and going on within the residence halls. We make sure that, we make it a home away from home. If our resident students who are living on campus have any questions or concerns or just want to see something different, we're open to all that as well. Our resident assistants work every day, Monday to Sunday, having shifts in the afternoon and early into the morning, making sure it's securing the safety of our students. And so we're so excited to have you on this call today. We hope that you decide to come to GBC and live in Frontal Hall, as it is our new beautiful pride and joy. So thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Tatiana. I'm the coordinator of student engagement at Goldey-Beacom. Here are some ways that you could get involved once you're a student. We have a bunch of regularly scheduled events, as it says on the slide, such as like comedians, karaoke, trivia. One of our main aspects that we really love is student organizations. These are our student leaders. These are the students that are always involved. There are a bunch of student organizations that we provide on campus. They range from career-based organizations such as our accounting club, our entrepreneurship club, and also some social clubs such as dance club, Free to Be, our Black Student Union, GBC Lit, and a media club. We have Lightning Studio. If there's any club or organization that you don't see on campus and that you would like to bring onto campus, we highly encourage you to stop by the Student Affairs office. If you have any questions about getting involved on campus or any of our clubs and organizations, please contact Val and she will be able to connect you with me and I'll answer any questions that you have. And thank you again for tuning in tonight.
Hi, I'm Beth Perker. I oversee the Career Services Office here at the college. I've been with the college for a little over 8 years, and we want to meet you your first year so we can work together to launch your career. And that is the beauty of going to a small school. We will get to know you, which is wonderful. We offer a variety of services, career planning. We can discuss with you what types of positions are related to your major, resume and cover letter preparation. We work with you to secure internships and help you with networking and interviewing skills. We have an online job posting board where you can upload your resume and search for full-time, part-time, and internship opportunities. We host several events throughout the academic year. There are 2 career fairs, one in the fall and one in the spring. We have our first virtual career fair next Wednesday. We're really excited. We have a diverse group of employers ready to connect with our students. We host monthly mock interviews. This is where students can practice their interviewing skills with HR reps from various employers to hone their interviewing skills. And this practice is invaluable. You get direct feedback. We also host employer recruiting events and information sessions. We bring employers into the classroom, whether in person or virtual, so students can learn about opportunities in their field and what skills they need to be successful. Many of our students find success with these opportunities and secure positions. We currently have students in internship roles with banks, accounting firms, insurance agencies, wealth managers, and even clinical practices. It's really important that you get experience in your field before you graduate. This will give you an edge when you're applying for a full-time position. Many of our student interns are offered full-time positions from their employer before they graduate. This past summer, unfortunately, some students had their internships halted due to COVID. However, we did have several who were able to transition to a virtual position and successfully complete their internships. So be sure to connect with us so we can work together to ensure you are career ready when you graduate from Goldey-Beacom College. And then after you graduate, we are still here for you. We are a lifetime resource for our graduates. So be sure to let Val know if you have any questions about career services, and I look forward to meeting you. Thank you. And next we have Eric Johnson from Financial Aid.
Good evening, everybody. Nice to see you, and thank you for joining in. As my colleagues have mentioned before, it's really nice to see, not see y'all, but I hope you're enjoying the presentation so far. I'm from Financial Aid. I'm going to talk a little about the financial aid process here at Goldey-Beacom. Most parents refer to me as the money man because they like to understand how the process works. And, you know, whether you're a first-time parent or you've been in this radio before, I know this can be stressful and sometimes daunting tasks. But here at Goldey-Beacom, our goal is to get you across the finish line with financial aid. So I'll describe the process, and at the end of the presentation, if you have questions, I'll be more happy to answer them along with my colleagues. So the first step in the financial aid process really begins when you apply to Goldey-Beacom. Okay, so you watch this presentation tonight, you say, hey, Goldie sounds like a school I think I could see myself at. You submit an application, and then you're going to submit the requested admission documents to your admissions rep Val. Those are typically high school transcript, SAT or ACT scores as well. Val makes an admissions decision, and that helps determine your merit-based scholarships, which Val was alluding to earlier tonight. And we have three tiers: a $3,000 merit-based, $5,000, and $6,000, depending on where you land on that merit-based scholarship grid. There's other institutional scholarships available as well. For instance, there's endowed scholarships that admissions reps award to different students. They're based on criteria. Some students are eligible for them. So there's a plethora of institutional money that can help lower the cost down. From a federal aid perspective, Goldey-Beacom does receive Title IV funds from the government. So we do take grants and loans from the FAFSA. So if you're interested in doing the FAFSA, your first step is to submit a 2021, 2022, I know that sounds a little weird, 2021, but 2021, 2022 FAFSA. And you can complete that on studentaid.gov. And this is what the screen will look like. Most of the students will be new to the FAFSA process. You'll hit the Start Here button. And then you're following your sophomore, junior, and senior years. You'll be a returning user, so you can use the other login. One of the neat things about Goldey-Beacom is we're very transparent with you about what your net cost is going to be. And we do that through our tentative aid letter process. So that's why I encourage you to apply and then get accepted, because then we submit to you through a mail-in tentative aid letters. And on a tentative aid letter, it shows you what your cost will be for 30 credits annually, which is what most students enroll in each academic year to maintain a 4-year graduation pace. It'll show you what institutional scholarships you're receiving from the admissions office, and also what you're receiving from federal aid, whether you're receiving a federal grant or you're eligible for federal direct loans. And types of aid, and thank you for switching that slide, Val, are grants. These typically don't have to be repaid. The most common one from the FAFSA is a Pell Grant. Scholarships, like I said, you can be eligible for scholarships from Goldey-Beacom or outside scholarships. We have a plethora of students who receive outside scholarships from local organizations, whether it's in the state of New Jersey or other localities in the different regions of the Mid-Atlantic. So outside scholarships are opportunity to lower your costs down. So if you're looking at outside scholarships, I highly encourage to do that this academic year. Any bit of money does help. There's obviously loans from the federal government, commonly referred to the Stafford Loan program. Those loan eligibility, you want to chat with me or Ryan Kwan, our financial aid coordinator, what you'd be eligible for. Some students are eligible for subsidized loans. Some students are eligible for both subsidized and unsubsidized, and some students are only eligible for unsubsidized. So always chat with myself or Ryan Kwan here in our financial aid office, see what loans you're eligible for. And finally, we do have work study positions available on campus. That can be as simple as checking students into our gym or working, for example, as an intern in one of our offices on campus, whether it's, helping Beth Kirk or Chris Services, doing filing or helping the financial aid office. There's various work study positions on campus that could assist you in helping lower your costs down. And I think I have one more slide, correct, Val? And then if you're really tech savvy, Federal Student Aid now has a My Student Aid app, which you can find on your app store on your mobile device, whether you have an Apple or Android device or any other device that has an app store. And typically most students complete the FAFSA through an online on our web browser. They now have migrated. They've done this the last couple of years, but this year's a really cool year for the My Student Aid app, where you can complete your entire FAFSA on your phone. And then you can also see other aspects of your FAFSA. For instance, in future years, you can see how many loans you've taken out, how many grants you've received. So the Student Aid app is another way to complete your FAFSA, in addition to doing it on a web browser. So if you don't have a laptop handy at home, you can always do your FAFSA as well on your phone. We typically receive FAFSAs within 3 to 5 business days after you submit one. We review it, and then we reach out to the student. We begin tentative aid letters probably at the end of this month, late October, early November, and we do that throughout the academic year. So if you don't apply, in October, let's say you decide to apply in December, you'll get a tentative aid letter from us eventually. And if you ever have any questions about costs, you can always chat with Val or myself or anybody in our financial aid office. Be happy to answer your questions. So like I said, thank you for joining us. If you have specific questions, feel free to reach out to us at the end or at any other time after this presentation.
Hi, my name is Diana, and I'm a recent graduate from Goldie. I just finished up in August with my MBA, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about the student life on campus. So Goldie really has a tight-knit community, and everybody really tries to make an effort to know everybody. With the small classes, all your professors really make an effort to know who you are personally, and if they see you around campus, they're going to go out of their way to talk to you, and that's something that you're not going to get at a big school. So that was something particular about Goldie that really made an impact on me, that I knew all of my professors, and they really made an effort to know who I am and what I wanted to do and really help you out in other ways outside of the classroom. Also, as a part of the athletics department, you notice similar things, like all the athletes support the athletes. Everybody goes out of their way to go to other people's events and really puts a lot of thought into supporting other people. Aside from athletics, other ways to get involved on campus are the different kinds of events that Tatiana spoke about earlier. There's always different things like bingo, trivia, movie nights, things like that. And those are usually really successful. A lot of people go to those events, and especially they're always giving out nice prizes, and people are always really into that. So a lot of people attend those. They're a great way to meet people. And if you're not in athletics, it's a great way to get involved and find a new group of friends other than the people who you're living with or the people who you have classes with. I also was the co-president of the Resident Student Association, which was another club that we had on campus. And our goal really was just to get the residents involved. So we planned different events. We had one event each month, and there were different events themed to the month. So for February, we did a Valentine's Day themed event. We made chocolate covered strawberries and pretzels, and we just set up different events on campus, and we just wanted people to come out and just be able to talk and meet people, and that was really successful, and anybody was able to join that club. So I was the president with one of my friends, and there was a lot of people in our club. It was a new club this year, and we had about 15 members, and I got to meet a lot of freshmen who were in the club who I never would have met if it weren't for this, and those are people who I wouldn't have classes with, so it was a really good opportunity to meet them and meet other people. And Goldie just provides a really good mix between academic and social life, especially if you're an athlete. There's a really good mix there. It's not like your whole entire life is consumed with athletics. There's like a really good mix between all of those things. Another thing that stood out to me in my time at Goldie is just all the different opportunities that Goldie provides you with. There's always different resources on campus. There's plenty of things that you can take advantage of. And one of the things that sticks out to me is the Career Services Office. They're always doing the most to help you with resumes or interviews or anything that you need help with. And I really took advantage of this in my time that I was there. As a junior, I worked an internship at Enterprise, and Goldie offers internships for credit, which was a huge help for me. So I was able to replace one of my classes with my internship. So at the same time that I was working and getting experience, when I went back to school that fall, I was able to replace it with a class, and that freed up a lot of time for me. So that was a huge help. I am a student from New Jersey. I'm from Northern New Jersey. So my biggest concern upon graduating was just that employers wouldn't know the college. And like when I was going into interviews, they wouldn't know what Goldey-Beacom was. And I thought that that would hold me back. And I quickly learned that that was not the case at all. And when I was interviewing, when the employer saw that I went to Goldey-Beacom, they actually were more intrigued by it. And like, it was a good conversation starter, and they would ask, oh, how did you end up there? And they thought it was like really unique. And that actually worked in my favor completely. So I was so glad about that. I just finished up school in August, and I actually got a job offer the day after finishing school. So that worked out perfectly for me. And after my 4 years at Goldie, I can definitely say without a question that I made the right decision, and I'm thankful for everything and everyone that it has given me over the last 4 years. So I would recommend it. And if you have any questions about any of the student life or athletics or being involved in clubs or anything like that, I would definitely answer any of your questions. And back to Val.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone. So on this slide, I've listed our information sessions. So these fall on Saturdays. We have one on every Saturday of the month. You also can shoot me an email or give me a phone call if you want any type of personal tours. We are still offering tours on campus right now. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would definitely shoot me an email. Or if you want to come to our information session, you'll meet with a smaller group of students. You'll meet with another admissions rep. They'll kind of go over the process of everything again. They'll send you some more information, and then they'll also take you on a tour of the campus. So if anyone has any questions, I'll kind of open it up.
Val, I saw we had one question about the percentage of students that live on campus, and I believe that's 54% of students live on campus versus commuters.
Yes, we have about 54%. Yep. So let's see. So as far as the live campus tour, you can come, like I said, if you just shoot me an email or come to one of our information sessions, we can set that up, and I'll be glad to take you on a tour.
Someone asked how many total students do we have at GBC?
So we have about 1,800 students enrolled, and we have about 22 different states and over 60 different nations.
Val, someone also asked, is GBC a test optional school because they never took their ACT or SAT?
So if they never took their ACT or SAT and you're not taking it between now and the time that you're graduating, we can go based off of your high school transcript, but we'll need that first to kind of make a decision. there's any other questions, feel free to ask.
So have we given them enough time to ask the questions?
Yeah, I just received one more. So this
Good.
is asking about PSAT. So you can apply before you take the SAT. So we'll still just ask for your high school transcript. And then whenever you do take the SAT or ACT, you can send it in to me. If you are taking it multiple times, we also superset it. So if you scored higher on your math portion the first time you've taken it, then the second time we'll take your higher score, and same with your reading section. So if you scored higher, on one time, not the other, we'll take the highest of both.
So a student commented they were supposed to have the ACT in June, but it was canceled.
So I mean, if you are taking it at a later date, like I said, either the ACT or SAT, if not, we still can move forward without those scores.
Okay. Are you guys ready to go back to work?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Thank you for putting together such a comprehensive program, and you make me want to go back to college. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again to say goodbye to the students that have been here. And thank you once again, Goldey-Beacom. We wish you the best. So to all the students and parents and counselors who are here, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. I'm sure Goldey-Beacom does also. After you close this window, there'll be a very quick 4-question survey. We hope that you will fill it out and give us some feedback. And once again, you can go to NJACAC.org/virtual-fair to sign up for more sessions this week and to look at any recordings that have already been made available. Thank you again for being here.